know who this moderator is? Can you tell? Give it up for Benji Aflalo.
Benji.
Wait, I know you're supposed to lead, but I want to start.
Okay, go.
I feel really insecure right now because I honestly, after 90 minutes, I feel like I'm the last person you guys want to see. So I'll try not to be too annoying. But thank you for being here. Okay, Benji, sorry, take it away.
Guys, give it up for Esther Povitsky, everyone. She's insecure. You just had to watch her. They all love you. They drove in rush hour to be here. And give it up for Nick GOOSSEN, everyone, the writer and director who wrote it with Esther. And give it up for Jordy ELLNER, everyone. He's one of the producers who really helped make this happen. So I'll just shoot you guys some questions and stuff. And
Oh, you're asking the questions?
I don't have to. Just, you want to start with a random person asking you something? See how that goes?
You're paying a lot of money to ask questions.
Oh, I thought we were taking audience questions.
Well,
We can do that too.
That's part of it, yeah.
Okay.
Does anyone have a question they're really burning to tell?
No, you can do yours first.
But you can have your instincts.
No.
Well, I wanted to first start with you two because I've known both of you for a while now. You've been friends for a while. I don't know if you guys have seen the IMDb trivia page. They met on a Southwest flight. He was helping you with your carry-on overhead type of situation.
That's not true.
I'm just kidding. They've been friends for a while, and as many of you know, I know this is LA. It's really tough to get a movie made. So you guys wrote this together. You planned it together. What was it like getting this going?
A lot of people said no and wouldn't give us money. And every time we were trying to get financing for the movie, every time someone would say no, I would go to each producer and be like, hey, if it will help the process, like we could get someone else to star in the movie. You know, like Zosha Mamet is great.
True.
And
We would not let her do that.
And then every producer would just like be silent and ignore me, and I was like, okay. But I'm glad that they believed in me, and I got to be in it. Because now that I'm pregnant, I don't think I could ever do anything again.
Give it up for Esther's fetus, everybody. And then Nick, how did you deal with all the no's? Like, did you ever want to abandon Esther or move somewhere else?
No, we were determined. We set out to do it. No, it was built for Esther from the ground up. This was the Esther vehicle. We were going to accept no substitutes. And so, it's annoying, you know, because I think, as you guys can see, she totally deserves to be up there. And we made the right decision, and I think we were right. So it's very gratifying to be here today with you guys. And it seems like you guys enjoyed the film, and thank you for that. Thank you. But yeah, it took a while. I mean, we started writing parts of this thing back in 2017, I want to say. I think it was 2017.
Yeah, tell everybody how you found out, how you discovered me.
Oh, well, yes, going that far back in 2012, I first saw Esther on a podcast. That was a podcast with the late, great Brody Stevens, who was a friend of Jordy and myself, and obviously Esther and Benji as well. And I saw Esther on there, and I was instantly kind of mesmerized by her voice and her dynamic with Brody. And it turned out we had the same manager, and shortly thereafter, finding that out, we were on a burger meeting. Mm-hmm. We went on a burger meeting and quickly bonded over burgers, as you do with Esther. And after working on a few things together at Comedy Central with Jordy, who also knew from the beginning that Esther had something special.
Definitely.
After working on a few things over there, we were just, everybody was making a TV show. She already had her own show with Benji. Benji beat me to it. I wanted to get the Esther show first. Benji.
She always threatened me with him. Anytime we had a difficulty on set, she'd just be like, I know a tall director. We wanted that show too at Comedy Central. We were fighting for right.
it.
Yeah.
So Alone Together came, and that's when we decided to, I think it was around that time when we decided to start shifting it
towards a feature.
Yeah, because we had ideas for a TV show, and where she was behind the register at a pharmacy, and then once we started developing into a feature, it became more of the robbery and the mystery element.
And Jordy ELLNER, who is here, who's our producer, he was an executive at Comedy Central for years and years and was always trying to get projects going with me and Nick, and the rest of the team would say no.
Yeah, I mean,
Hold on, I want to introduce you, Jordy, first. Jordy is one of the coolest dudes. Most people who work at Comedy Central or any place, they're D-bags, and I've known Jordy a really long time. And everyone loves him and likes him because he's a great guy. So
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I mean, I know how hard it is for comedians and directors and writers. It's you say no to a lot of people, and some people are like really shitty about saying no. So I try to be a little bit more delicate about it.
You were nice.
Yeah, I was
you were
pretty nice. But in this position, you try and help the people that you know are funny, and so all three of these people right here. I've been working with Nick and Esther probably for 15 years, and it's just there's this continuous growth, and a lot of people just don't see when somebody's like quite there on the outside, but the ones in comedy know this person's really really growing. And
The other special thing about Jordy was that he was one of the few people at Comedy Central who was actually a comedian.
Yes.
At one point in his
Yeah.
he's actually, his name's on the Comedy Store. He was one of the few people at that network who actually could say that.
Thank you. Yeah.
Just like these two guys, right?
Yeah.
You too, Ben. Don't you?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, these guys all do.
And Jordy, when you say yes to something like this, are you a little worried because you can just feel all the no's that they're walking in with?
No, I was fortunate because I was in a position to say yes when I was at Comedy Central, and Nick and Esther came in with a pitch to do her special, and we bought it in the room. And my boss, who was in the room, was like, right away, we got to do this. You never really buy anything in the room, which was kind of like amazing. I was like, I called the two of them. I'm like, I think we're fucking doing this thing. Like, we're gonna go make this special.
And if you guys, sorry to interrupt, but if you've seen Hot for My Name, which is streaming free on YouTube now, Jordy is the executive in that scene where my parents are talking shit about me. Like, that's him, and he kills it. It's so
Thank
funny.
you. Yeah, I appreciate that. It was fun to be in that.
And if you watch that special, you'll probably notice a lot of the dynamics between Esther and her real life parents, Mary and Maury, how some of that crept into Drugstore June. And because we were writing the script, and then we did the special kind of in the middle of writing the script, and then we were like, okay, wait, actually, we need to add all that stuff that we were just doing in the special into the movie now.
Yeah.
And hopefully a lot of that got in there.
Yeah, and just from doing the special, after I left Comedy Central, I started All Things Comedy, which is Bill Burr and Al Madrigal's company, who are two awesome comedians. Esther and Nick brought the project to me, and it was my first project, and I'd never made a movie before, but I was like, fuck yeah, let's do it. And you figure out a lot of shit along the way. But it was a real privilege to have the two of them come to us. And I didn't know, like, I was kind of blind to it all. So I was like, someone's going to buy this. And then you start hearing like, nope. And then it's like, after a while, Esther would call and she's like, well, what should we do? Like, should we push this thing? And I was like, I don't know. Let's just keep going.
Let's not do it. I'm lazy and scared.
Yeah. And then it finally happens.
Yeah, and we're happy now.
All right, is that enough about this?
Yeah.
Sure. What about, I want to ask you guys this. I know Esther's super awesome and loves to get her friends involved in things, and this is definitely a film full of like these awesome guest stars and amazing comedic people. What was it like getting some of these people involved, like Bobby Lee, Al Madrigal, Beverly D'Angelo?
Bobby was from the start. We wrote it for him.
Right. Bobby, it was built for Esther, but it was almost built for Bobby right alongside of you.
And Brandon Wardell.
And Brandon Wardell. It was always, let's do Bobby as your boss and Brandon as your brother.
Yeah, and Brandon kills it in the movie. He like steals every scene. He's so funny.
So it didn't feel like much of a coup to get them because we were like expected to kind of get them the whole time. But everybody else, yeah, certainly Beverly D'Angelo and James Remar, we felt we were so lucky to be able to work with them.
Yeah.
And Haley Joel Osment, Miranda Cosgrove, and some really good actors on top of all the comedians. Obviously, Bill and Al supported as producers to be in the movie, which was great.
And I was really hesitant about putting Miranda in that role because she's so not a mean girl or an enemy. Like, I was like, this is so not her. It doesn't make any sense. And then she like killed it. So it was great. But
Were you intimidated with any I'm like Bill Burr's like intimidating to me because he's so funny and like.
I was intimidated by Bill Burr.
Yeah.
I always have been. Like, I remember like 15 years ago at the Improv once, I was like standing near Bill Burr and like a bunch of other comics, and I was just being like really extra awkward, like on purpose, you know how you do that. And then he was like, "Why are you being so weird? Everyone likes you." And I was like, "Oh my god, he likes me." And I still feel that way around him. I'm really quiet. At the premiere, I like didn't even say
I
hi.
kind of clammed up in front of him here too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know, yeah.
I'm scared of him. Jordy, are you?
He's too funny.
No, I just talk hockey with him. I don't talk comedy or anything with him. Like it's all, yeah. If I talk anything outside of hockey, I lose him. So I'm just like, I hate the Maple Leafs. He's like, why? I'm like, 'cause I fucking hate them. And then that's all of our conversations.